Since time immemorial, we've seen our mothers and sisters in the kitchen. But one restaurant owner in New York City believes the time has come for women to rule the culinary industry. Rohini of Vermilion Restaurant has teamed up with the James Beard Foundation, the most preeminent organization in the dining industry, to create a series of scholarships to foster female culinary leaders. Martha Stewart, Lidia, Bastianich, and about 6 other celebrity chefs are behind Vermilion JBF Chefs for Women program.
Today was the launch of Vermilion and the James Beard Foundation's Women in Culinary Scholarship Program.
Well, tonight's panel is really to gather, prominent women in the food world and with culinary connections to really talk about what are the barriers for women to really succeed in our food world today.
My first big job was on Wall Street, where I was a tiny minority. There were very, very few women on Wall Street, but it was very interesting. I think I learned from all the guys that I worked with how to be in the workplace.
Foundation has taken on the role of trying to address issues to bring new and more diverse groups into the profession. And so I think it's really appropriate to talk about issues like women in the workplace today.
I love the field, I have a great time, but it's a tough field. And being a woman to conduct family life and businesses and manage is just 40 to 60 hours a week, 7 days a week. And I think that's a big stopper for women in our industry. But otherwise, it's such a great industry, and I just hope more happens with women in the industry.
Both journalism and the culinary fields require endless hard work. You will work very long days, endless hours, and if you're passionate about those fields, whichever one you choose, there's great satisfaction, but both fields involve a great deal of personal sacrifice and a great deal of very, very, very hard work.
To top it all, the restaurant world has some unique obstacles and hurdles. It tends to be 14 to 15-hour days at a minimum in hostile environments. In the kitchen, it is as close to incarceration or jail as you can get. It's hot, it's steamy, it's grimy, there's no glamour. This could not be further removed from the world of culinary television, where you see glowing chefs in their whites smiling, surrounded by gorgeous ingredients. This is not reality on the field.
As I was growing up, I always thought that the best cook in the world was my grandmother. And then after she passed away, I thought that the best cook in the world was my mother. Women have a natural flair and a talent for culinary arts, and I think Rohini Day, who is the chef par excellence here at Vermilion, really showed what extraordinary talents women have.
I can't wait. I love Indian food and I love Latin food, so this is my first time here. I'm really excited.
I have only begun to learn. I know my Italian, somewhat American, but there's a whole world to discover.
I wanted to start everybody off with chaat, pani puri. What could be better, right? What could be more fun? The second course was duck vindaloo arepas. This is a natural Portuguese and Indian melding. We know that our entire West Coast was occupied by the Portuguese for 400 years, but the rest of the world is not. The third course was a Brazilian caldeirada. It's a seafood stew, but add to it coconut milk, add to it methi or fenugreek, and it gives it a zing like no other. The fourth course was my favorite. It's the tandoori skirt steak, a classic Argentinian cut of meat, seared in the tandoor with Indian marinade, or our equivalent was the tandoori portobello. And to end, it was a trio of desserts: the mango cardamom flan, Vermilion hedonism, which is death by chocolate, a necessary end, and an avocado beignet.
It was literally ambrosia, which means food for the gods.